Hello. Well, let's see what's happening on the weather front across Europe. And a storm will be sweeping across Ireland and the UK, also areas around the North Sea. Here it is. This is Storm Dara on the satellite picture earlier on. It'll bring disruptive and damaging winds, not just to Ireland and the UK, but also around the Low Countries into Germany and also eventually Denmark. And then that storm system will sweep further southwards into parts of the Mediterranean in the days ahead. But it's already quite unsettled in parts of the Mediterranean, certainly around Greece and the Greek islands, with heavy showers on the way on Saturday. Bit of a gap there for Rome with some sunshine, but then take a look at much of France. Heavy showers there, some snow across the Alps as well. Stormy conditions at this stage on Saturday across the UK and also some of these coastal areas around the Irish Sea. So really very, very rough. And notice this huge area of disturbed weather on Sunday linked to that storm that will have swept across Ireland and the UK. So it actually expands the bad weather into central areas of the Mediterranean as well. So not particularly pleasant for many major centres in the coming days. Now, Barcelona admittedly may get some sunshine. Temperatures here will be around the low to mid-teens. Lisbon, decent conditions here, some sunshine in the coming days. But I think for Prague, expect some rain and some chilly weather in the coming days. Bye-bye. Hello, Tomasz Szafonaker here with your weather forecast, and it's looking relatively quiet across most of South Asia. You can see across the subcontinent clear skies here. Recently on the satellite picture, some storms there around the Bay of Bengal with some hazier, cloudier skies across parts of Sri Lanka. And as we go through the course of the weekend, we'll see further showers developing across some of these western coasts, but also in the northeast around West Bengal. But to the north of India, certainly Gujarat and areas towards the west, look generally dry and sunny. Now, central parts of Asia cold. In Astana, minus 13 degrees Celsius, below freezing in Tashkent as well. But then we run into Kabul there, temperatures well above freezing. Karachi at 26, and then into the tropics we go, and it's warm temperatures around 30 degrees. So business as usual on the weather front across this part of the world. You can see where the showers are likely to develop here, some around West Bengal, but looks like most of Bangladesh is looking generally clear. Now, the heavy showers will continue to brew in the Bay of Bengal here, and they'll stay out to sea. So more typically, we're going to see sunny, dry weather across much of the subcontinent. Let's take a look at some city forecasts. As far as the weather's concerned for New Delhi, it's sunny days ahead, but a little on the cool side. Temperatures only in the low 20s. Elsewhere in Chennai, there are stray showers possible, but dry most of the time. That's it. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me. Tomasz Szafonaker with your weather for Africa and the Middle East. Let's take a look at the satellite picture across the southern half of Africa. You can see where the storms have recently been. Also, weather systems brushing South Africa. It's been very warm here, particularly in the interior of South Africa in the last day or two. More to come. In Cape Town, around the mid-20s and some sunshine on Sunday. And then to the north, generally south of the equator, we've got those big tropical downpours throughout the day. Now, some city forecasts then in Johannesburg. Expect temperatures typically into the 30s. There'll be some showers around, but there'll be some sunshine from time to time too. Elsewhere, Nairobi, in the next couple of days, some sunny skies. But then after that, I think increasing amounts of cloud as showers move in. Now let's take a look at the Middle East. The weather's relatively quiet at the moment. So just some puffs of cloud there to the north of the Arabian Peninsula, generally quite clear from central parts of Saudi Arabia southwards and indeed across the Red Sea region. Bit of a shamal possibly developing, I think, in the next day or so. Temperatures mid-20s for Cairo, high 20s there around the northern end of the Red Sea region, and we're mostly into the 20s for the major centres around the Persian Gulf, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And I think that's how it's going to stay, in the high 20s there in Abu Dhabi in the days ahead. And of course, quite sunny. Bye-bye. Hello. It's been a very cold and snowy picture across parts of the northeastern states and eastern Canada. This storm system's been rattling through, dragging the cold air from Canada Very significant wind chill here. We've had the snow squalls, a lot of lake effect snow, and there's more snow to come through the course of Saturday as we see this clipper moving from west to east. But south of that, the weather's looking generally quiet from the mid-Atlantic across the Appalachians into the plains as well. But the Pacific Northwest, a different story here. Low pressure moving in, outbreaks of rain, strong winds around coastal areas, and we've got some snow certainly to come through the course of Saturday in the higher elevations. And here's that rain nudging into Washington State and Oregon. But most of California and the desert region looking pretty quiet and sunny on Saturday. In fact, in Los Angeles, temperatures will be close to 80 for Saturday, and then after that it looks as though things will cool off a little bit. There'll be somewhat of a change in the wind direction. Now here's that snow moving through across the Great Lakes into some eastern parts of Canada, just clipping the US on Saturday. But south of that, it's quiet conditions for Nashville into Florida as well. Some sunshine for Jacksonville, Orlando, and pretty decent conditions there into South Florida as well. Let's take a look at the city forecasts. In New York, temperatures still on the chilly side, high 30s or low 40s in the coming days. Hello, thanks for joining me. Tomasz Szafonaker here with your latest weather forecast. Let's take a look at the big picture across South America on Saturday and notice this cluster of heavy rain and storms from southern parts of Brazil into Paraguay and northwards into Bolivia. And the heavy showers also extend into Peru, Colombia and across the Amazon. But then we have this area here of generally sunny weather, Brasilia, coastal areas from Salvador all the way down towards Rio and Sao Paulo, and then the heavy rain there affecting areas to the south. Much of Patagonia looking generally quite sunny. Now let's take a look at some city forecasts. In Sao Paulo in the days ahead, the showers will increase. Temperatures will also ease somewhat. We'll see a change in the wind direction, but Buenos Aires is looking generally sunny. Now from South America, let's take a look at Central America and the Caribbean now. Here's the more latest satellite picture. Some storm clouds here around parts of coastal Nicaragua into Honduras, but generally speaking, the outlook's looking relatively quiet across this part of the world, just a scattering of showers here and there, most of them affecting Honduras and Nicaragua, some also stretching into Costa Rica and Panama. The north of the Yucatan looking generally quite sunny, as is Havana this Saturday. Let's take a look at the city forecasts. So Havana, dry and sunny there, temperatures high 20s. In Santo Domingo, some showers on the way. Bye-bye. Hello, Tomasz Szafonaker with a look at the weather across the Asia-Pacific region first. And the satellite picture shows fairly quiet weather across much of central and northern Thailand, the south of China too. Northern areas of the Philippines relatively quiet. Most of the storms are towards the south across this tropical belt, so plenty of tropical downpours to come across Sumatra into Java, the Malay Peninsula, Borneo, and indeed into many parts of central and southern Philippines. But to the north of that, quieter conditions, although pretty chilly there in Japan with some mountain snow, but dry and sunny for Shanghai, for Hong Kong at least on Sunday. And then we run into the storms across the Malay Peninsula there and areas towards the south, places like Bali catching some storms as well. But if you're in Hong Kong, the outlook's looking pretty good in the coming days. If anything, it might turn a little bit warmer as we head into next week, perhaps the mid-20s. Now, very hot currently across northern Australia. Heat wave here in Queensland. Also some storms rattling across Darwin. Showers also in the south, close to the Bight. But the temperatures are more manageable there across Victoria and New South Wales. Temperatures in Sydney around the mid-20s. And then across the Tasman, weather fronts moving through. So that does spell rain for the North and the South Island of New Zealand. But there will be some sunshine in Christchurch by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday. Thanks for watching.